we speak about the unknown, and again, we speak about, we think about the worst case scenarios, and Israel creates even more horrible scenarios. And it is escalating, as you can see, the number of people killed, the number of children killed, the number of, how Israel, the number of bombs Israel throws, the crazy procedures and steps Israel takes against Palestinians in Gaza. And we always ask this question, what's next? And we can't predict, we can never predict. This is where you fail, whether you are a political analyst, a human rights activist, a veteran writer. You can't predict, and you can't plan. And the the topic of the hour is evacuating more than 1 million people from Gaza and North Gaza. It's impossible. It's impossible to do for many reasons, because Israel still bombs people rushing out of this designated area. There are two reports of two targets, people killed, injured. The roads are dangerous. The infrastructure is destroyed. So people are going to get killed anyway. And this is what many people realize. There are hundreds of thousands now in the Gaza city. And there are people who protested in the Shati Beach refugee camp, Sheikh Ridwan, I guess. They took to the streets declaring that we're not leaving. How many times do we have to leave? How many people does Israel need to kill in order to be satisfied? How much blood? How many Palestinian kids? But we're not also leaving because we don't want another Nakba, because next time Israel is going to push us into Khan Yunis and then into Rafah and then into the sea. And that's why some people decide to stay. Some people decide to go with relatives, and many people could be staying out in the street in this dangerous situation. And then comes the act of why every time Israel does this, throws pamphlets, from the warplanes, and as dangerous as the bombs, and then tell people evacuate, 1 million people, 500,000 people evacuate, and then people start saying, I can't evacuate, or I don't want to evacuate. And then it's like, look, we are humane, we are good, we are cute, we're telling them to leave. And you can see this all over Twitter, for example, people saying, Israel told you, Israel told you. And even American politicians and journalists were saying, but weren't you warned? So this is a propaganda, this is a publicity stunt by Israel. And at the same time, it's dehumanizing, because Israel is going to say that, oh, Hamas is keeping them, Hamas is preventing them. Hamas is not preventing anybody. Hundreds of thousands left, and it's understandable, it's justified why they left, why would they leave? And hundreds of thousands did not leave, and it's also understandable and justified. And those people, on their own, Palestinians don't have to wait for people to tell them what to do and what not to do. The most highly educated people in the area, among the top educated people, university degrees, but again, it's always Iran, it's always Hamas, it's always this, it's always that. It never stops. Even when we ask for our freedom and human rights, it's usually not the Palestinians demanding this. Somebody else is insinuating them, is pushing them for a global agenda, an Iranian plan to control, to embarrass Israel. And this comes this horror, unprecedented horror. No book, no words, no articles will be able to describe what we go through as Palestinians. It comes with a very systematic, non-stop, systematic targeting of homes, of families, of people in their homes. 90% of people killed. 1,800 Palestinians were killed in their own homes. And those people usually were hosting relatives and friends and neighbors, because this is what Israel said, move. So people moved. Where would you move? The schools are already full capacity, and also targeted. The UN a couple of days ago said 16 of its of people taking shelter were injured. 2 of them were in critical conditions. So the schools are not safe. They're targeted. The Jabalia massacre. Most of the people killed in the Jabalia massacre were people evacuating their homes from Beit Hanun, Beit Lahia, and it was at a local market in the most densely crowded area in the world. And the number of people killed here is also reflected in the number of children. We speak. Uh, Somebody updated a couple of hours ago, and every time you refresh, 20 people are added, 20 children, 2 families, 3 families. We speak about more than 50 families exterminated. And I'm also being very careful about the number. I think it's 100. Because when the Shihab family, it's the whole extended family. But there are 5, 6 families. We speak about 583 Palestinian children, 7 days. In 2014, Israel massacred the same number or fewer in 51 days, now in 7 days. And I did the math here. We speak about 4 kids killed every hour for 7 straight days. 4 kids every hour for 7 straight. This is extermination. This is annihilation. This is genocide. Yes. One Canadian TV said, but isn't that a strong term? I said, this is what the Israelis are saying. They're saying we are wiping Gaza out. He said, but they're targeting Hamas. He said, if you're targeting Hamas, you don't say we're going to turn Gaza into a city of tents. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of collateral damage. So this barbarity, supported by America, supported by Germany, by Britain, by France, and by Italy and other Western countries, sending money, sending billions, and sending against very small, very tiny space, sending warships against Gaza. This is what's going on.